Hey everybody, it's Jenny, and I am back to share with you how I planned this week in my memory planner. That is a happy memory keeping insert that I filled out using the Cocoa Daisy Cranberry Rose kit. As you can see, I already printed my photos. It looks like most of them are 2x3. I use the Canon selfie printer to print, and I create the collages using an app called Pick Frame. You can see I just trim them apart using my paper trimmer. And I also, there's a little tear off strip on both the top and the bottom. And so I write the date from the photo on that little tear off strip. Why do I do this, you ask? Because my memory is terrible. And it would take me so much longer if I had to go back and look up the date from those photos. So instead I just write them down. It's significantly faster for me and less irritating. Now, I am arranging these photos sort of a little bit in the days that they transpired. Now, this week is a little bit tricky because my photos are very, very heavy from Thanksgiving Day, which is Thursday, and not so heavy the rest of the week. So I'm having to not place these photos on the days that they occurred because almost all of these photos are from Thursday. The only one that is not on Thursday is the top one on the 24th, and that one was taken on the 24th, but all the rest are taken on the 26th. So we're just making basically this whole week about Thanksgiving, which is fine because, well, if you want to know the truth, there wasn't a whole lot else going on anyway, so it's okay. I trim those, or just pull the little tops and bottoms off of the photos, and then I use my Scotch ATG gun to adhere those photos down to the page. I do love the overlapping and layering, and you can see it's just a very common thing that I do, especially when you're trying to make photos fit in a very specific space. The overlapping or the layering can really do that really well. I also am a firm believer that the lines that are printed on the planner pages are there for suggestion. They're not rules, so I also follow those pretty loosely as well. I am flipping through the items from several of the Cocoa Daisy kits. I received several of them as design team members, and then I purchased the rest myself, probably about half and half. And so we are just pulling out these die cuts. Now, newsflash, this is new to me since I'm fairly new to Cocoa Daisy. These are adhesive on the back. So really, they're just stickers, which is freaking awesome. They are cardstock stickers. I'm thrilled with this realization. They're a little bit difficult to peel off the back when you have not so great dexterity like I do, but they're stickers. It's so exciting. So anyway, I am going to peel the back off of this little label, and then I am going to adhere it to itself behind that photo. So then I'm going to use the alphabet stickers to spell out on the little tab. The tabs are, of course, probably meant for actually using on a planner, like to, mark the page or something like that. But I thought it would be very, very cute to use it like this with the photo to notate the activity, which was a family Zoom call. So these alphabet stickers are not generally my favorites. I really do like the ones where they are die cut around the outside of the alphabet or the letter, versus in a square or a circle or something like that. But it is also really fun to change things up and to make things different. And so that's kind of where I'm at with these little rectangles. So I'm just going to continue using these throughout the week to make it really cohesive and tie it all together. Although I could absolutely use different alphabet stickers, that wouldn't be bad or anything like that. But these are handy, they match, and then they make the whole thing really super cohesive. So I think that's pretty cool. I like also putting them directly on the photo, as you can see that I'm doing right now. I think that it's just another way to make things a little bit different and keep the variety going in the memory planner, as opposed to doing the exact same thing that I always do. So because I tend to use alphabet stickers in a very similar way regularly. And then you can see right there that I also put them on top of that little vellum snowflake die cut that I layered underneath as well. I just love that too, like the layering with the die cuts and the alphabet stickers. I think it turns out so super cute. Now, unfortunately, I'm still tracking COVID in my memory planner. You can see down there I added the letters for COVID. I'm just including that because, as we all know, 2020 has been the year of COVID. And I think that it'll be very interesting to look back at those numbers in a couple of years. So these are the 3x4 kit cards that come in the modern memory keeping kit, and they're really cool. And I like them. But the printed ones, they are typically a little bit too big for me. Now, that watercolor one in the upper left-hand corner, theoretically, I probably would have been a little happier had I trimmed it down, but we'll get to that in a second. I'm going to go ahead and cut this stocking out. I do really like the whole card. It's super cute. I just don't anticipate that I would probably use it elsewhere, and I think that it would be really cute to use the Christmas stocking down on the lower right-hand portion of this. There's a couple of Christmas elements on this page. Okay, one. But the insert that you saw me remove at the beginning has a lot of Christmas. So tying that into the page is kind of cool using that stocking. So, and the scale of it is much, much better than the entire 3x4 card. 3x4 cards are a little bit big in my opinion for these pages, so I try not to use them very often. And so using like this size appropriate little punched out piece to layer the stocking is perfect. So I'm going to have that flat edge lay flush against the bottom and then layer the little snowflake along the heel. Now remember, it's new to me that these are adhesive and that I don't have to place adhesive on the back. It's crazy that I just revert back to using what I know, which is just putting adhesive on the back. But it's just so cool that you don't need to with these. It makes creating on the go or those types of things so much more simple. I love it. So now I'm just going through these phrase stickers. There's so many different phrases here, and not all of them will work for this week. So I'm just going through and finding ones that are appropriate for the photos that I have and that I want to use. So I'm just seeing which ones I'll use, where they work, and if I like the way that they look there. Sometimes I forget to I don't know if I set them aside or I don't put them directly where I think I want them. So that's why I kind of do this as well. Or that's kind of why I leave them there versus like, oh, okay, yeah, I like that there. And then setting it aside, I would definitely forget to put it back. So I don't do that. Now I'm layering a couple of them next to that photo of my dog jumping in the pool because they both work there, and then having them together is really cute as well. So you can see the punches work perfect with this patterned paper, and I really do enjoy adding the patterned paper to the page because it's just a really cute pop of color and design and makes it far more interesting. So combining these two shapes, the rectangle and the little circle, is going to be perfect down here because then I have that phrase sticker that I pulled out that you saw already, and I think they're going to look great together. So now I did mention, remember at the beginning, that I have a little trouble peeling the back of the sticker off. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense at all because I'm sure that they're not actually difficult, but for some reason I struggle. The good thing about this adhesive that I use, the Scotch ATG, is that it's very, very sturdy. It will definitely last. I think I've mentioned this about 100 times, but since I've been scrapbooking over 19 years, I have found that sometimes if you're not using a heavy-duty adhesive, things will fall off your albums. And so this is one of those things that I don't want that to happen. So I definitely make sure that I'm using a nice adhesive that is going to have some staying power. All right, so the 3x4 card, I really don't prefer that size on this page. And looking at it now afterwards, I feel like I probably should have trimmed it down. However, I'm going to build around it. And so once we've created a whole cluster, it's not quite as large or obtrusive as I was kind of feeling like it was. So I'm layering a little bit, one of those washi strips underneath, and then pulling it out of the pages so that I can trim that extra edge off. And I do like the way that that pulls your eye all the way to the edge of the page. And then it's layered with all of those watercolored colors, I guess. I think that those colors are all so pretty together. And so I do wonder if I had punched it, what I would have omitted. Probably the red at the bottom, which would have been too bad because it's a cute little accent at the bottom and it ties in with the stocking on the right hand side. So I guess maybe it's not so bad that I left the whole 3x4 card. Now these are glitter edgers that you put on the edges of your pages, and I decided that they were just so pretty because they have a texture to them, and then they're glittery, and that I wanted to add them to my memory planning layout. So I cut them out individually instead of keeping them in a strip. And then I layered one underneath the phrase and then one at the top. They're just so pretty. They're really very delicate and they're just very, what's the word? Subtle. They're lovely. Now I'm going to add a third one down at the bottom because you know how I feel about keeping things in threes. I'm going to center it underneath the photo and then layer this little phrase strip right on top. Now, one of the things I love about this sticker kit is, actually there's several things I really like about it. I like that it has functional boxes right there. You can see that, and I'm counting out if I have enough of them to use on the page. But I also love that it comes with those washi strips that we saw, and then also those bullet stickers that coordinate with the kit. I feel like that really stretches things a little bit. And if you've watched any of my recent videos, you do know that I like to alternate between stickers and writing directly on the page. And so having those really pretty bullet point stickers is a big help. And I feel like it's, bullet stickers are so versatile. Say you don't use them functionally. Okay, create a box that has polka dots in them and use all those cute colors. I really do recommend them functionally though, because I think that they are a huge help and just help keep track of things really beautifully and that coordinate with the rest of the kit. And as you can see, there's a ton of them on there. I don't even begin to know. I guess I'd have to count them to see, but it's definitely a wide variety, and it's one of my favorite things. And then the washi strips, I think we've talked about this before too. You get to have that beautiful pattern. It's easy to use, but you're not having to have an entire roll and think, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this, right? You've already, you just use it up and you move on, and then you get to look at it in your projects. So I have added all of those boxes and bullet stickers that are going to notate the activities and the plans we had throughout the week. I'm going to pair the bullet stickers with the mild liner. It's my favorite way to add an additional pop of color and make things stand out without having to, everything be in a box sticker, which isn't necessarily all that interesting. And B, I love the variety and texture as well. So I love adding that pop with the mild liners. And I mean, mild liners come in so many colors. It's just amazing. There's always something that coordinates. And then I write directly on top of it with my Papermate Flair pen. I am working with some others that don't smear. They are a gel pen. I'll link them up below. They're really cool. Papermate Flairs are just so much my favorite based on my handwriting that it's hard for me to transition into using a different pen. Like, I've bought lots of other really great pens that I really like, but at the end in my planner, I just really like seeing the Papermate Flair. So I do use the gel pens, and I'm trying to get used to them and hopefully can make a match, because you can highlight over the pen without smearage. It's pretty great. All right, so you can see we're getting closer to the end. It's just such a great week. I love how subtle and beautiful these colors are, but with a definite nod to Christmas. And like I said, they coordinate with the insert that I already created. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the box below, and I will do my best to get back to you. Thank you so much, and make it a great day.